Doosra Point, hosted by Paris and Mosul.
This could be victory. It is. Pakistan win the World Cup. India lift the World Cup. That's a big six.
Three, two, one. Mr. Pasha, we're live. Long time, huh?
Yes, welcome back.
Welcome back from Mexico also.
Yes, indeed. No, it's a good trip.
Yeah, it was fun. And while we were having fun, Australia didn't have it that easy.
Australia. I don't think I've ever seen Australia being beaten so bad. 6-0 across the two formats.
6-0 and that too comprehensively. Not just...
I think they were only in one game जब Butler ने 100 करके जिताया है where they had a chance to win, but otherwise so they were, England also is playing at another level.
They are getting better and these guys are getting worse day by day.
Worse. I mean, I haven't seen Australia being beaten like... England has never beaten Australia 5-0, so this was the first time that they've beaten them 5-0, so that tells you itself.
Yeah.
I don't think Australia, I remember in my lifetime being beaten 5-0 in any series.
I haven't seen this weak Australian side ever in my life.
I mean, obviously with Smith and Warner not playing, the two heavyweights, of course, superstars, Kello, very, very solid performers. But of course, Stark wasn't there, Hazelwood wasn't there. So there were quite a few key players missing, but still you wouldn't expect Australia not to field a team that would still compete, still would always compete and always play well.
That's a good point. It's not about the quality of player, but they look demoralized. And my dada always used to say, a punch is better than a slap. Because it just the way what has happened with them in last 6 months or so, ये नहीं कि सिर्फ team weak हो गई है, Smith injured है. The way Smith is now not playing, Warner is out, Lehman is out. Plus इतनी controversy हुई है कि ये जो पीछे players रह गए हैं, they're just trying to get out of the whole mood, and they're struggling big time.
But not even 5-0 तो one-days में हारे, T20 में हारे, but England scored 481 in one of the games.
Man.
World record, of course.
Did you see highlights or a match?
I mean, they were incredible hitting, yaar. And Pakistan ka is world record, shukar hai ki wo beat ho gaya last time. The highest score in one days was against Pakistan.
Yeah.
Again, it was England. Jab last tour pe the, tab unhone banaya tha, I think 440 something. Now they've beaten that. So we're off the record books, but
that was a good thing coming out for Pakistan.
But still, man, it was one-way traffic. I mean, Bairstow and Hales
and Jason Roy.
I mean, these three. पता है आप strike rates देखो. मैं अभी T20 के actually strike rates देख रहा था. The top 6 of England, every single batsman has a strike rate of more than 130.
I like what they're doing, England.
I mean, I feel like कि T20 में root की जगह नहीं बनती मेरे हिसाब से, because Stokes is not even playing.
Yeah.
So Stokes अगर आता है तो there's a question mark. Should you even drop Root and play Stokes if Stokes is 100% fit? There's so much competition. So England, in terms of limited cricket, is now the team to beat. They are obviously number one in one days, and for a reason. I mean, they're
game उठा दी इन्होंने.
game मतलब 481 किसने सोचा था यार कि आप I mean test match का score 481 is a damn good score यार. 480 in a test match मुश्किल से होता है. 50 ओवर में तो is impossible. I mean I didn't even think they would be possible.
481 on any ground against any opposition is just a gigantic score.
I mean, you're talking 10 and over from the get-go. From the get-go.
Yeah. And I like the pattern that I see in English cricket now. Yeah, fine, they lost the first test against Pakistan. Okay, just take an aggressive decision later to let Bairstow open, to have Jason Roy, Alex Hales, Bairstow play in one side, and also Joss Butler. Joss Butler could test cricket khilai, and he actually played a significant role in the second test match. So I like these very unconventional decision making. Ed Smith, the chief selector,
The new one, huh?
The new one. He's doing a good job. We've been talking about Pakistan. You don't need to have two sides. Just make sure good players are playing all the time, and that's what England is doing. Bairstow plays in one days also, even though he's a test keeper. And Josh Butler, they made him play as a batsman in test matches, even though he's a one-day player. So they're doing what makes sense, and you see the results coming now through. And England, to me, now I think when Australia is struggling, England is a pretty good side across all formats.
I think Test match may still they're not as strong as they used to be, but one day cricket and T20 cricket they're very good. They're very good now. They're the team to beat for me in the 2019 World Cup, which is now about a year away now, literally.
Yeah, just around the corner to me.
I mean, they're the team to beat. I mean, they're playing at home. They go in favorites for me. I mean, they have. After having not last time Bangladesh se haare the World Cup, man, they were out. They didn't even make the second round.
Yeah.
So from that point, they made it, their mission and objective ki bhai, we need to revamp our one-day national team. Bangladesh se haar ke, and then 4 years later, they've completely turned it around.
Yeah, what a turnaround. On the other hand, if you talk about Australia, they look really, really beaten and defeated.
Yeah, I mean, Tim Payne abhi captain bana hai. I think he's still finding his way, and he's also not a very known name. He's an average. A big player. He's an average player.
Yeah.
So Tim Payne, he's the one of the actually only Australians that visited Pakistan for the ICC World 11 जो खेली थी T20s. उसमें Tim Payne था. He was the keeper.
That tells you that.
I don't know if that tells you what, but that tells you something.
That tells you something.
That tells you something. But so but he's not a very well-known name. I mean, for an Australian captain to not be that well-known and sort of dominant hote hamesha. You think of Steve Waugh, you think of Ricky Ponting, even Stephen Smith ho gaya. They're the best of the best, top three in almost every thing you can. And Tim Payne is like,
it's a very meek side. It's not just not very experienced, a very meek side. And I'm kind of disappointed in, say, Aaron Finch and Maxwell. Especially Maxwell.
Maxwell's had a pretty poor run of form recently. Well, Maxwell, I think if Smith or Warner hote, he probably wouldn't have even been making the cut. But
mainly this was his opportunity to prove that point. But because Smith will be back. Warner will be back.
But they're saying, with Chappell bhi kaya tha, they walk into the team. With the current state,
exactly.
They literally walk into the team.
When does it end, by the way? I'm kind of losing
End
my
of the
sense
year.
of dates.
End of the year, man.
End of the year?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Australia has lost a captain. Smith wasn't just a good player. He was also a very underrated captain, I think.
They lost a coach as well. Justin Langer bhi abhi aa raha hai. It'll take time, yeah. New captain, new coach. Your two best batsmen are not playing.
Yeah.
Stark and Hazelwood weren't playing as well. Cummins bhi nahi khel raha tha. So, you take 11 की टीम होती है, उसके आपके 5 frontline players आप निकाल दो. So I think any team would struggle.
Yeah.
But still, I would expect Australia to at least win one game.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing Australia struggle that badly.
We're not used to seeing Australia being ranked lower than Pakistan.
Not in the near past or in the recent past, yeah.
Mujhe yaad nahi. I mean, they're number 6, we're number 5 now. So, that itself tells you something. And they have actually... And actually, when you look at the record, this is not unique to just this series. If you look at their record for the last 2 years, they have actually lost more than they've won. So this is not... Obviously, this is very sort of highlighted right now with this 5-0 drubbing and the T20 loss. But actually, their record over the last 2 years hasn't been that great either. They have lost more than they've won. So that was also interesting, which I didn't realize.
Yeah, I think their reputation was kind of carrying them through. And after this whole ball tampering and senior players not playing, they are badly exposed. And I was just thinking, the weakest Australian side I remember was 1992's World Cup. And that was 16 years ago.
Yeah.
So they had an amazing run after that. And Yeah, but I guess as a fan of Australian cricket, and I've always been the way they played that tough brand of cricket. I really hope to make a quick comeback. I know people hate them because they're snobs and this and that, but I like the way they play their cricket, and I sincerely hope that they don't stop doing that.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
Justin
good for
Langer
cricket,
was
yeah.
still talking about sledging and still
Yeah.
talking about, that maintaining that Australian way of playing cricket, which is they play hard cricket.
Yeah.
I think that's just the way. That's how Australian cricket culture is, and you on the field, it's in your face. It's a bit more aggressive cricket, which is what they're known for. That's what's worked for them. So
I think it's good for the game.
I mean, line cross kar di thi with the whole Warner incident and Phadde and ye sab. They had crossed it a bit. I think Warner was pushing the limits, no doubt for me, because uske bahut zyada incidents ho gaye the. So he was pushing it in terms of his behavior on the field. उसके काफी पड्डे हुए हैं सिर्फ उसके साथ डिकॉक के साथ नहीं but he's had run-ins with a lot of people.
He has this long history
There
of
is a history of so I think this but still I think there's a balance, so you maintain that, but still very surprising to see them. Abhi I guess Pakistan, Zimbabwe and Australia tri-series coming up starting actually
1st July.
Yeah, 1st July.
First
So
July.
a couple of days. And so that'd be interesting to see कि T20 में वो कैसा करते हैं. Obviously they would have
just lost England,
lost so badly, so I'm sure they'd be desperate to get back to winning ways. So Zimbabwe में obviously they've had so many issues domestically with the board and staff and payment issues, players को payment. So Sikandar Raza जो उनका top player, he's actually not playing. He's playing the Canadian League जहाँ Stephen Smith खेल रहा है अभी. He's not playing. There are a couple of other key players for Zimbabwe that have actually refused to play. So Zimbabwe will pretty much be a second string sort of side. So it's not like the Palace unki jo thi team wasn't the greatest. So is dafa T20 ka tour to they'll be even more weaker. So it's basically obviously a Pakistan Australia thing.
Yeah, they're the lowest ranked team in the world.
Yeah, exactly. So you're expecting a Pakistan Australia ki do T20s to honge. So it's a 5 games.
Yeah.
Two each.
Two
and then
each,
the final.
and then I think the final is on July 8th, so it's shorter.
It's a shorter, so it'll be quicker. But Pakistan Australia again would be entertaining. We are the number 1 T20 side.
Yeah, T20 is always interesting. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't
who's
matter.
Playing. Yeah, I'm sure even you'll see a surprise package from Zimbabwe also.
Yeah, ho sakta hai, but I doubt it with the second string sort of side. But Pakistan Australia will be fun to watch. It'll be good. हमारे जो नए लड़के हैं and Pakistan squad भी announce हो गया.
What do you think about it? What do you think about Hafiz making a comeback?
हमने last time बात की थी यार कि बस हो गई Hafiz की, but
at the age of 65, he's making a comeback again.
Again, the only reason why he's back कि उसका bowling action वापस approve हो गया. So he's now playing as an all-rounder.
I just think even if with his bowling, I think it's done. To me, it's done.
I mean, yeah, I think abhi bhi Talat Hussain, Asif, Saad hai, and all these young guys, you probably could have tried them out. Now it depends ke Mickey Arthur ke plans mein kya hai. What this tells me is that Hafiz is in our 2019 World Cup plans. There's no reason for you to play him now if you don't have him in your plans for the World Cup. Either it's the experience or all-rounder. I mean, he did well in Champions Trophy. Usne khela acha tha. He didn't do badly. He played well. But he's also, obviously, he's sort of a better version of Afridi. Ki wo 3-4 matches mein kuch nahi karta. Phir ek match mein, obviously, he plays really well. Victing bhi lega, phir batting bhi karega. A bit more consistent, obviously, than Afridi. But I think you could have tried the younger people, but I feel कि मिकी आतर और सरफराज के plans में है, and ये 2019 के World Cup के plans में होगा. That'd be his swan song.
Yeah, I just think it's a very defensive move. You'll get a 15 every third match from him, but that's his capacity. That's his max. I think it's a defensive move. You still have some time to go, before the World Cup kicks in. And I would try younger players. You have options, use them.
Well, the younger players, they've been trying, but again,
because I personally cannot rely on his batting. He does a little bit of everything to me, but if we are chasing 250 and Hafiz is in the lineup, I wouldn't.
But I'll tell you the other reason why they would have played him, because Babar Azam's not playing. Is maybe not going to play the one-day international. He depends on how he's recovering. तो उसको T20 में तो announced किया नहीं है. और one-day international maybe he is still contingent about how he recovers. Does he recover in time?
How bad is the injury? I haven't actually read about it.
But obviously he broke his.
In English, in the first
so
test match, but
he's still recovering from that.
Yeah, that didn't seem very serious because I mean, you break a bone, you recover, you get back. It's not one of those hamstring ones.
Yeah, but it's an arm fracture, so I mean.
So he's out for some time.
He's still recovering. I mean, they're saying that he'll be ready for the one days, and usko select kiya hai team mein, but it's still dependent on passing the fitness test.
Another surprise is Ahmed Shahzad is not in. And the surprising bit is not he's not in. The surprising bit is the reason why he's not in.
Well, I think he shouldn't have been to begin with, irrespective of all his extracurricular activities. But he hasn't done shit for me in the last year. Anyways, abhi bhi jab khela tha Scotland ke khilaf, he didn't do shit, yaar. T20s mein select hua tha abhi. Wahi 10 run, 15 run, run a ball bhi nahi mushkil se.
Yeah.
And I mean, for me, I'm done with Ahmed Shahzad.
I think there's an intelligence issue. As a cricketer, you got to be intelligent because intelligence then drives short selection and all those things. And I think he lacks that. I'm so sorry, but Umar Akmal, Imran Nazir, these guys are not intelligent. If you hear or listen Virat Kohli speak, he comes across as an intelligent person, right?
Got different class.
Or Babar Azam for that matter, or Hassan Ali, or Asad Shafiq. You just talk to these guys and you know they have half a brain or more. There is nothing there. They have an empty chamber in their head. I'm sorry.
But Ahmed Shahzad, obviously, I don't think PCB has come out and actually publicly said it that he was doping test when he's been found out But I saw Zainab Abbas's tweet which she said Ahmed Shahzad was obviously
I'm
for
sure
marijuana smoking marijuana because he failed the dope
there's a very strong smoke, and I'm sure I mean I have no doubt that that dope test didn't come out positive. I have read numerous reports, unidentified sources, that's what happened. That's why mysteriously he's not in the squad. But I have a very different stance. I think it's ridiculous that you're testing people for marijuana. I think whatever the regulation is, marijuana doesn't do shit. Now, you may choose not to smoke up, but why can't a player just smoke up or smoke some weed? I mean, what's wrong with that? I don't get it. So, Ahmed Shahzad, I don't think it should be there because of how he plays. मगर अजीब सी बात है एक बंदे को आप marijuana के लिए टेस्ट करें. It's not a performance enhancement drug.
I mean, but it's still a drug. It's known as a drug, and it's as a professional sportsman, you shouldn't be expected to doing any sorts of drugs.
It's changing though. It's changing another sport. It's
not. I don't think in sports it's still way your light years away from this. But as a sportsman, you shouldn't be doing it as it is.
Fine.
Because that's your, bread and butter. That's your earning. That's your lifestyle. It tells you about your lifestyle. For me, it's not about it's right or wrong or whatever. But as a sportsman, as something that your fitness and so that all that matters in terms of your cricketing ability or your livelihood. So it's just not.
Yeah, I get that. If it's a rule,
it's a different subject about should it be tested for that or not. No. That's different. But it's also just about lifestyle, how casual they are, how non-serious they are. They're not very into fitness. वही बिरयानियाँ चल रही हैं और वही निहारियाँ चल रही हैं. Kohli's changed the whole culture in Indian cricket. वो खाना पीना जो Indian खाते हैं वो he's now changed it. More protein and very salad and it's very different.
He doesn't drink at all now, even though it's not against his culture or whatever. But
just because of fitness,
exactly.
Just because of fitness, so it's a different sort of mindset जो professional athletes होते हैं, they have a certain different level of sort of on how and what they take. They're very careful and watch their diet and they should, because अब तो क्रिकेट में भी इवन अब पाकिस्तानी हम लोग लास्ट टाइम भी बात कर रहे थे कि जो यंग क्रिकेटर्स सारे आ रहे हैं, आपको किसी की टोन नहीं लग रही.
हसन
अली, शादाब, फहीम, आप सबको देख लो. I mean, all of these guys are lean and fit, and it's a big part. कोई इंजमाम नहीं है, राना टुंगा वो ज़माना गया. It matters, athletic in the field. I mean, our fielding, I think just the fitness and athleticism of the players has improved so much, and it shows up in the fielding if nothing else, because they're so agile, they're so flexible, and in the field and so active. कहाँ कि वो सईद अनवर जब वो 100 कर देता था तो वो कहता था कि मैं फील्डिंग नहीं करूँगा. हाँ. उसका तो नोन था कि उसने 100 कर लिए तो वो फील्डिंग पे ही नहीं आएगा सेकंड अगर बैटिंग हो रही है तो. अपने 194 में even though he was sick that day, but he didn't even run. तो मैं रनर पे ला लिया था. वो ये तो हाल था कि भाई सईद अनवर को the mindset was very different, no?
Yeah, although I must say that Shahzad is more of he's a fit cricketer. If you look at him,
he's not like he's.
If you follow him on Twitter, which I unfortunately do, he's always putting up his selfie king in the gym. So he's generally fit. Umar Akmal has the fitness issue, but Shahzad is more, I think,
Umar was put on weight recently.
His priorities are just not right.
But what do you think about our favorite Akmal and his statements to PCB? उनको भी वापस notice एक भेज दिया. मैंने तो उसको notice भी भेजने के काबिल नहीं रहा.
Cost waste हो गई, paper waste हो गया. छोड़ दें इसको, ignore कर देते हैं.
Like what he's saying, कि 2015 World Cup में to leave some balls or whatever, he was being paid $200,000.
And why didn't he speak about it back then?
Back then, it's actually against
exactly
that. You have to report it. तो PCB ने उसको notice भेज दिया है. वो तो जैसे आप कह रहे हैं वो तो notice के बिल मेरे ख्याल से अब लायक नहीं रहा है.
बिल्कुल भी. आमिर सोहेल ने अपने ब्लॉग में लिखा है कि अहमद शहजाद और उमर अकमल दोनों को PCB को rehab में डालना चाहिए. And he meant it was a serious step that he was suggesting इनको like as if they are talents and you have to take care of them, इनको rehab में डालें and get something out of them. I think it's a waste of cost.
But किस किस्म की rehab में डालेंगे? मतलब
एक बैग खोल के दोनों को आग लगाते हैं, उनको डाल दे rehab. I think you're just wasting your time.
I think I think it's not worth the effort.
It's not worth the effort.
I think you have enough other talent to concentrate on rather than try to handle their bullshit, really.
Exactly. In rehab, so think you're talented banda going through a divorce or something, and you know that, and you help him through that phase. Not idiot, someone who's caught in Hira Mandi doing, I don't know what he was doing there, or these things.
Yeah, statements, random press conference कर दी, Mickey Arthur के खिलाफ press conference कर दी. I mean, यार, अक्कल थोड़ी सी तो अक्कल use कर लो यार. थोड़ी सी अक्मल में अक्कल होती तो he would have. I don't doubt कि उसमें talent नहीं था. When he was playing well, he was great to watch.
He had all those shots in the book.
He had all जो वो मैं आपको बता दें आसिफ शफीक से मैं उस दिन रात को मिला था डिनर पे तो he said मैंने उससे पूछा कि यार उमर अकमल के साथ क्या मसला है तो he said यार उमर अकमल का एक मसला है कि he is just an attention seeker तो उसका psychological बहुत बड़ा मसला है तो वो कभी संभाल ही नहीं पाया he said कि जो उसमें talent है और जो वो shots मार सकता है मैं नहीं मार सकता This is Asif Shafiq in his own words. He said that talent, it wasn't about the talent. It wasn't about his abilities. It was just in his head. It was all psychological. He couldn't handle it. He couldn't handle the fame. He was an attention seeker. So it was just, usme wo reh gaya.
Bilkul.
And I think, we've given him enough. And he's played quite a bit. Ye bhi nahi ki usne khela nahi hai. He's played quite a bit. But now it's not worth the effort, yaar.
Yeah, and our anger and frustration is because he's so talented. Had he not been talented, we wouldn't waste our time talking about him. Yeah. And I was just, this podcast preparation that I wanted to just watch that interview just in the I was away, I couldn't watch it. एक और वीडियो क्लिप यूट्यूब पे सामने है जिसमें कोई पीसीबी का टूर्नामेंट चल रहा है एंड दिस न्यूज़ कास्टर पीटीवी की से पूछ रही है कि आपने सुना है रिसेंटली कि दिस इज एन ओल्ड स्टोरी कीपिंग के लिए मना कर दिया है और सो वकार्डनस कोच होते थे और वो स्टोरी सुना रहा है पीटीवी के ऊपर completely completely irrelevant, and he's saying, "Oh, हाँ मुझे हमारे कोच वकार ने कहा था कि तुम टेस्ट में कीपिंग करो." मैंने कहा मैं टेस्ट में कीपिंग नहीं कर सकता क्योंकि मिसबाह भाई 3 स्पिनर्स खिलाते हो, मेरी बैटिंग पे इफेक्ट पड़ता है. तो मुझे वकार भाई ने कहा कि फिर तुम देख लो कि तुम क्रिकेट कैसे खेलते हो. This guy is giving an interview जिस पे एक मैच के बारे में बात हो रही है, and he's just stupid.
No, वही तो मैं कह रहा हूँ, उसमें अक्ल नहीं है. He just doesn't have the brains, doesn't have the mindset, doesn't have, that discipline that's required of a professional cricketer. He no doubt had talent, wasted talent, done and dusted for me. It's not even worth talking about.
Yeah, just drag and drop trash.
Move on.
Drag those files.
But move on, Ganesh topic se, because it's just a waste of time for me. But लेकिन नहीं, Pakistan, Australia की obviously tri-series, Zimbabwe, so I'm not too excited about. But Australia के साथ खेलना is always good.
Yeah, it's good practice.
It'd be good. I don't mind beating Australia no matter what team they have on the ground.
Yeah,
it's still something.
It's going to be competitive. It's better than Nets for sure. So
आपका अजहर अली को drop कर दिया one day. It's international से.
I think it's a good decision. I think it makes sense.
I think one day I probably
it was a stretch.
I mean, he didn't perform in New Zealand. Champions Trophy में फिर भी decent खेल गया था. But it's not such a big thing for me कि उसको drop किया. But उसको drop कर दिया finally because he didn't perform well.
And hopefully it'll help his test batting also, so that he can just focus on test matches. He doesn't have to worry about one day.
But again, मैं वही असद शफीक और अजहर अली का हमने last time भी बात की थी. मेरे हिसाब से the amount of gap they get between test matches, तो उनको जो consistency है and top notch cricket खेलना और या ना खेलना for such a long period of time between test matches, that's what is the hard and tough part for Azhar Ali and Asad Shafiq now. How do they keep that going? अब जैसे अभी स्टोर पे नहीं है, अब नेक्स्ट टेस्ट मैच होगा ऑस्ट्रेलिया के साथ, न्यूजीलैंड के साथ है, तो अभी एशिया कप होगा UAE में. So for the next 3-4 months they'll be just Pakistan playing domestic or whatever. So how do you keep that momentum going and then come back and play international cricket? तो जब वो आप सिर्फ एक ही फॉर्मेट के हो जाते हैं तो वो बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है to keep that form and momentum going. So that's what I think, कि जब वो फिर टेस्ट मैच खेलते हैं तो they then have to take some time to actually get into the rhythm of playing international level cricket. So that's where we suffer as a team, because अब tours short होते हैं. 3 टेस्ट मैचेस even hardly 3 टेस्ट मैचेस ज़्यादा तो खेलते नहीं हैं आप कभी. अभी इंग्लैंड के टूर में भी 2 टेस्ट मैचेस है. Asad Shafiq hadn't played for 6 months. So by the time I think settle ही हुआ होगा, the tour was over.
They have to start playing county somehow. I don't know how you make that happen. I don't know if PCB can play that role or not, but they have to play. I think that's a good point you raise. You can't just play our domestic, which is not in the best of shapes right now.
Yeah.
Come back and play a test match in Australia or South Africa or England, or against a competitive side.
पर मोहम्मद आमिर ने रेस्ट मांगी थी, उसको वो नहीं दी.
जब वो मांग रहा है तो क्यों फोर्स करें खिलाने के लिए?
I think Mickey Arthur is very strict about कि यार आप पाकिस्तान के लिए खेलो, that should be your priority. तुम फिर मुझसे आके ये ना कहना कि I want to go play BBL or I want to play Dhaka Premier League or I want to play Caribbean Premier League.
Yeah,
if you want to rest, you rest while those leagues are happening and you skip those rather than you skip a tour, Pakistan tour, and then go play Caribbean Premier League.
100%.
So he has that mentality, and they've already said last time we said that there'll be a limited amount of domestic leagues that will be allowed. अब UAE में भी PCB और ECB का Emirates Cricket Board के साथ काफी अभी negotiations चल रही थी. Now they've come to an agreement where Pakistan will continue to play their cricket in UAE.
Games in UAE.
I mean, they had started looking at Sri Lanka again, Malaysia again, because वो T10 का जो tournament होता है वो चल रहा है दुबई में. Afghanistan wants to start their own T20 league.
Yeah.
And then Emirates also is starting their own T20 league. So they were all clashing with Pakistan's tour of New Zealand and Australia, and फिर पाकिस्तान की obviously PSL होता है. So we have a sort of packed schedule from like November to February, March जब PSL शुरू होगा. So they was clashing with this, and they said, yeah, this is too much cricket and it lowers the value of obviously our cricket. जब इतनी cricket हो रही हो, तो कौन PSL देखने जाएगा? तो which I agree with कि यार ये कुछ ज़्यादा ही है. But they've now come to agreement that between our tours, there'll be no other tournament happening when we are playing in UAE. And there's a gap also of a couple of weeks. And of course, when we're playing PSL, no other tournaments happening. So उन्होंने बहुत छोटा window रखा है for their T20 league, which is in December, जब हमारा off होगा.
Just going to be cramped in.
So I think they've come to an agreement now, and they've also reduced their fees of hosting us. So I think वो मुकमका हो गया इनमें, वरना काफी चल रहा था बीच में.
Yeah. Last time I read, they wanted to move to Malaysia.
So I think that got sorted out as well.
Yeah, that's something has to happen. There's something with the format and the schedules, and there's a franchise cricket now going on and it's picking up, and then you have international going on.
अब Test Championship भी शुरू की है.
I love the idea, and I hate the format. If you look at the format, the biggest flaw to me is India is not playing Pakistan. That's fine. Okay, fine. I'm
political issues.
ठीक है, political issues है, लेकिन my question is, and I don't know, अगर पाकिस्तान और इंडिया की एक final होना है 2019 में या 2020 में,
then
ठीक है, that 2 years, right?
Yeah.
So if they qualify as the best two teams and they must play a test match in England, I don't know if they will play a test match against each other or not. दूसरा है ये कि they have incorporated this championship into their own schedules. So for example, each match is about 20% weightage or something. ठीक है? Australia is not playing against West Indies, which is the lowest ranked test side right now, or maybe one of the lowest ones. And England is playing 3 test matches against West Indies. So they are getting 20% playing against West Indies, whereas Australia is not playing against West Indies. Australia is playing against good sides. So how does that happen?
I don't know. It's yeah. I mean, जब इस तरह की championship होती है, it has to be equal. Like everybody plays everybody, and then it's fair कि point system हो. But everybody has to play everybody at home and away. मेरे हिसाब से. तो अभी भी they haven't perfected it because of, Australia doesn't want to play Bangladesh because it's not money making tour.
Yeah.
उन्होंने मना कर दिया, उनका tour cancel हो गया. I mean, it's just doesn't make sense. I mean, the idea is correct, but they still have to tweak it.
Yeah.
Obviously, Pakistan, India for me is still, Ashes की ऐसे से भी बड़ी होती है सीरीज मेरे हिसाब से. You can imagine कि अगर हम हर 2 साल हर 3 साल अगर एक Ashes type Pakistan India series हो रही तो how much fun it would be to watch.
It's good for everyone.
It's good for cricket.
It's good for India. It's good for Pakistan. It's good for ICC.
And again, जो अभी सर्वे हुआ है उसमें क्या था, क्रिकेट की फॉलोइंग कहाँ है? 90% of the cricket following is subcontinent. So that tells you
that's the real passion lies in subcontinent for cricket.
Lies in subcontinent, और subcontinent दो टीमें आपस में नहीं
खेलती और 2 बड़ी teams आपस में खेल रही, and that's why ICC I think just pack up and go and save some cost. Honestly, and I know it sounds like a broken record, but तो ये मैंने टेस्ट चैंपियनशिप में मैं जो फॉर्मेट देख रहा था, I was like, man, such a good idea, but what are you doing with it?
But 2021 में पहला जो फाइनल होगा 19 में शुरू हो रहा है, तो let's see क्या होता है. But it's I mean it's worth a try. It's better than what right now, I guess. And उन्होंने ये भी कह दिया कि वर्ल्ड कप ही अब 10 टीमों का ही होगा. T20 होगा, which will be expanded.
छोटे, yeah.
Which I agree with. T20 is your format to expand the game. And T20 probably is the future of cricket. And one day international cricket will be the best 10 teams that play. ये भी I think pretty much is a done deal. Which I don't disagree with.
I don't disagree with.
Because I like the real format. 2019 का जो format होगा that'll be fun because you play 8-9 games and you play every single team. And then top 4 go to the semis. I mean, that's, it doesn't get good old fashioned 92 wala format hai. And it'd be fun. मुझे पाकिस्तान इंडिया के tickets nahi mile. Allot nahi hue, black bill pudenge.
Oh, but there was something around. They'll still open the ballot.
They'll still open again.
Yeah.
In the first round, I had bid for them. I didn't get it. Pakistan versus Australia. A friend of mine did bid, so we got those. So I'm definitely going to watch for sure.
So there could be a podcast from there then.
No, live from Lords. Oval hoga. That should be. That should be in the plans.
Before we wrap this up, Chandimal ball tampering again, one match, 2 hours late start. What is going on, my friend?
There's a lot of drama, man. For something, something for that, I didn't think it was that serious, but they took it a bit too personal. I think Chandimal and the Sri Lankan team took it a bit personal because they didn't think it was that big an offense or it was a big deal. Because ये saliva लगा के या कुछ खा के करना is a very, very common thing, यार. मतलब काउंटी कह लो इंटरनेशनल लेवल मतलब बॉल शाइन करने का तरीका ही वही है. Now if you're having something or not was the only difference, but gum sham वगैरह तो हर कोई खाता है यार.
Yeah.
And उससे saliva बनता है whatever. You're shining the ball. You've just been caught on camera. So I'm not sure कि ये कितना line उन्होंने cross की चंदीमाल ने. But very emotional reaction कि आए नहीं field पे they felt a bit offended almost.
They were offended. And
they were, yeah.
It depends how you read the situation. If I was Chandimal, I'd be thinking, oh, someone is accusing me of cheating because ball tampering is cheating.
But he didn't think that was cheating per se cheating or that's serious an offense. You deducted 5 points. And
5 points and 1 match ban.
Exactly.
Delaying the game, I just don't think it's... He could have protested after the match.
Daryl Hare होता तो वो West Indies जीत गया होता match.
हाँ, concede करा देता. But I'm gonna say, I don't agree with ball tampering rule. I think it's good. Let people swing. Just swing it, man. What's wrong? It's your saliva. Use it. Like कोई batsman जाके कहता है कि bat हल्का नहीं लेके आना या bat भारी use नहीं करो. There's a limit, and you play within those limits. I've been saying, no alien article on the ground. Don't use cans. Don't use your zippers. Just use your saliva. Use your nails.
Maybe Australia के साथ भी ये इसलिए वो हारे हैं. According to a very good friend of mine who's English, जब वो 480 रन मारे थे तो उससे WhatsApp किया था मुझे कि देखो ऑस्ट्रेलिया अब सैंड पेपर यूज नहीं करा उनका क्या हाल हो रहा है.
500 रन पड़ रहा है.
I was like सही कह रहे हो.
It's such a there is no balance right now between bat and ball, and so I say just let them swing.
I mean I think इतना बड़ा big deal नहीं होनी चाहिए थी, but obviously it was. I mean they did feel sort of offended a bit, in their own right. They objected in the way that they are. I mean, Sri Lankans are also emotional in many ways, but
yeah, from Arjuna to this guy, they've been a very emotional team. Okay, anything else?
No, good. Yeah, we'll talk soon. I guess we'll watch a few games of the Pakistan's tri-series.
Yeah, we'll cover that for sure.
And we'll cover that. Of course, another big tour coming up, which is England versus India. That should be a good one. And 5 test matches, very long to 5 tests. मुझे याद ही नहीं कब last खेले होंगे किसी ने. But 5 test matches. And India just beat Ireland. And obviously
and boy, did they beat Ireland?
Yeah, but I mean we beat them. Well,
but 230 and 70 runs. Last match they got bundled out for 70 runs.
That's true.
That's big.
That's true. हमारा तो test match काफी tight था. But I think England, India has a very good chance of actually winning the series in England this time, because England ki jo test team I still think is not at a level where they are typically are, especially at home. So I think that it may be a 2-1 or 3-1 sort of
to India.
To India,
I think we might have just given that boost to English side
in the last match.
And
so ho sakta hai. So I think it'll be a close series, no doubt.
It'll be a close series
which
to me.
I almost slightly favor India. That with Kohli there. Obviously, if Kohli had played his county stint, वो injury हो गई उसको, he couldn't go. अगर वो उसने किया होता and he would have been settled, then I said probably no chance. But I still think with India's got some good bowlers now batting. Though obviously, they've always been good at batting.
Yeah, so they have a decent bowling.
And they have a very decent with Kumar and all these guys. I think this. If they don't win this tour, then I don't know when they'll win.
Let me make it crazy, and I don't think they'll win this one also. And I think had it been just 2-match series, so chance zyada tha. I don't think India has a temperament to play 5 test matches because they've never been a test match side.
It's like a 3-month tour, yeah.
It's a long tour. They're away from home. It's a big series, and England find they're weak. They're not as good as they don't have as good a test side as they have a one-day side, but they still have a very decent side.
Yeah.
Plus, it's home.
I think it'd be good. Of course,
they can pull in players left, right, and center. So I think that those 5 matches actually mathematically makes it much more difficult for.
But I think it'd be a good series to watch.
It'd be a good series, yeah. But my prediction is England wins it.
Yeah, I think it'd be close. I slightly give an edge to India. Like I said, अगर ये नहीं जीते तो फिर शायद कभी ना जीते. So if they have a chance to win, it'll be this one. So it'll be a close one, slight edge to India for me.
Yeah, I'm actually waiting for this one, but I think the Indians have to pick 20 wickets regularly, which is a question mark to me. I think they'll bat well, but they have a good batting lineup now.
I think the bowling is the best that I've seen in recent times.
But still, it's at best it's decent. It's not
your Waqar Wasim
it's
style.
Not your Waqar Wasim or
nobody is Waqar Wasim style also.
Or Shiva. Which is fine. I mean, they've got a good bowling unit. I really like those two, Kuldeep and Chahal, what they're doing in T20. But I don't think they'll play test matches. At least I haven't actually looked at the squad.
No, they haven't.
All right, man.
All right.
On that,
wrap it up.
Yeah, good to be back, brother.
All right, talk soon.
And those who are listening, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and we'll be back soon. Bye.
That's a big 6.